Welcome everyone to the second round of lightning talks. We're running a little ahead of schedule, which is great. I'm your facilitator, Neda Ahmed. I'm the librarian for the College of the Arts here at Georgia State University, and I'm being helped behind the scenes by Stephanie Burnham, who is a librarian at our Newton campus. She's monitoring the chat and keeping things on the rails, hopefully. Um, Housekeeping notes, please be sure to mute yourselves until we get to the Q&A. Seems like most people are using chat for asking questions, so that's fine. Speakers, I will message you through WebEx when you have 2 minutes left so that we have plenty of time for Q&A after each talk. So if unless there are any questions or issues, seeing nothing, I'm going to introduce our first presenter, which I'm very honored to let you all hear from Jada Hollingsworth, who is a student here at Georgia State. She's a senior majoring in psychology and educational psychology, and she's our first presenter. So take it away, Jada.
Hi, my name is Jada Hollingsworth. I am a senior here at Georgia State, and I'm going to talk about my own personal experiences with textbook affordability and its impact on me financially and on my academic journey. So in spring 22, I was a freshman and I spent approximately over $300 on textbooks alone while being a full-time online student and a part-time worker. It was mandatory to buy these textbooks because they all came with access codes that I needed for the course. This financial strain put a lot of stress on me for budgeting while working part-time as a college freshman. So many of my peers also stated that paying for textbooks had caused them similar challenges. Some of them have stated they had to sacrifice necessities such as groceries, bills, school supplies, and transportation. Some had to seek alternative resources, such as asking for extensions on assignments, borrowing from family members and friends, and using their own savings accounts. Academic losses included dropping courses, failing courses, and lowering grades. For me, I had to drop a few courses throughout my academic journey because I couldn't afford textbook materials. So an issue that a lot of my peers have stated is the courseware issue, where we have to pay for our homework and our textbook at the same time. The textbooks sometimes cost less when you're not paying with the courseware. And there are many alternatives to assigning homework compared to third-party courseware. Macmillan, Pearson, and Top Hat is one that's used commonly amongst my peers. So the push for open educational resources, so they have been shown to increase academic successes and academic performance and graduation rates while decreasing costs for textbooks. I know for some of my own courses that when my professors will give us relevant like research articles, or they'll actually give us pages from textbooks themselves. It actually improved our academic performance because it showed us what we needed to focus on in that course rather than reading 2 chapters and only knowing 20% of the material. Sources such as OER Commons provide students with many options to use unrestricted textbooks without the stress of paying high amounts for the same resource. Many of my peers showed me about OER Commons. They have many textbooks. Some of them only have snippets of textbooks on them, but it has helped them within short time frames, such as the first month of semester when they couldn't afford a textbook, but they can afford it the next month. Again, providing students with relevant research articles or page information. I am a psychology major, so research is a big part of my major and part of my career goals. So when professors provide these research articles that are free, it is very, very helpful. More student funds across many colleges and universities should go towards OERs and textbook funding programs. This semester, one of my peers found out that there was a scholarship textbook program here at Georgia State University that many of us did not know existed until you reach out and ask for assistance. And I believe that if many colleges and universities are not doing that now, that should definitely be something that should be widespread nationwide. So academic gain I had from being able to afford course materials is increased GPA, letters of recommendation because I was able to complete all of my assignments and have a higher grade, easier learnability, I was able to stay on track, and again, organization. Though these gains were only accessed because I had the privilege to be able to afford them at the time, this is not the reality for a lot of students that I know. And many students may not benefit from these gains due to unaffordability and financial circumstances. I know some of my peers that had decreased in GPA because they couldn't afford textbook materials or supplies within a time frame, and they are trying to get more letters of recommendation through extracurriculars, meaning they're working twice as hard just because of financial circumstances. So textbook affordability causes stress to the average student who may work full-time, part-time, or not at all. There is a growing concern of educators using courseware to replace manual grading, which increases the cost of what a student will have to pay for course materials. Academic access feels limited to those who can afford to pay, for example, $300 a semester. And open education resources should be pushed as the alternative to expensive courseware. Thank you so much.
Oh, here is a question. Jada, Dr. Merritt wants to know if you ever approached your professors directly about the costs of your course materials.
I have approached a few professors about the cost of course materials. They have explained that they use the courseware because it contributes to their to the way they want to structure their course for the semester, and it was very necessary, and that I would need it on the first week of classes. I see another question. Is $300 the typical amount you pay per semester? This semester I paid $200, so that was a goal, but I do pay over $200 per semester for textbook and courseware. What kinds of expenses did you need to put to the back burner in order to purchase course materials? So for me working part-time, I have to pay bills such as my phone and my car note and my car insurance. So I did have to budget out whether I wanted, a lot of groceries that week or I didn't. Or sometimes I had to budget out paying my phone for 2 weeks in order to afford some of my course materials.